Good morning, friends. Welcome to our study this morning on Wesleyan End Time Bible Prophecy, Holy Mountain Church of God teaching. Now, what I want to do this morning is just go through a logical process that destroys the entire foundation of modern dispensational teaching. And I trust you'll bear with me, because if you can simply think logically and follow the reasoning that I'm going to lay out for you, you will soon be getting over one of the greatest religious delusions of modern times. So let's start out. Now, dispensationalists assume a scenario of future expected end time events. Let me give you the ditty or the composite of the mindset that they all have. Okay, we start out with the idea of an any moment secret pre-tribulation rapture. Church is gone in the rapture. Where did everybody go? Oh, the rapture happened. So this is the common mindset, see. That there is coming down the pike as we journey down through historical reality. There is coming that moment in time, unknown to anyone, in which suddenly and unexpectedly Jesus will reach down and snatch his church out of the world. Church is gone. Surprise, surprise. And those that realize this a few seconds later are those who know dispensational theology. Now, not everybody knows dispensational theology, so there will be a great surprise. But for those that have been taught, indoctrinated in the system, will realize that, hey, the rapture just happened. The church is gone. What do we do now? Oh, we know. We've got this 7-year tribulation. We're in the 7-year tribulation. Oh, well, what does that mean? Well, that means the Antichrist is just about to be manifested. Well, how does that happen? Well, watch the Middle East. Well, what about the Middle East? Well, we know that the Antichrist will be manifested when he signs a peace deal between Israel and the foes of Israel. In other words, we all know there's been this conflict in the Middle East for decades. Ever since Israel was created in 1948. The Arab states, the Muslim world, has been against Israel, and they've fought against Israel, different wars, and tried to destroy the Jews, to try to destroy Israel as a state. And so we've had this conflict for 60, 70 years. And now that we're in the end time, the Antichrist is going to appear on the scene. Some European ruler is going to appear, or this individual, maybe he's Arab, we don't know, there's a lot of speculation here, but one person called the Antichrist is going to emerge and be known by the fact that he signs a peace deal. So suddenly, all of this conflict in the Middle East is resolved, and suddenly we have a peace treaty. And so there's going to be this era of a short-lived era of 3.5 years in which the Antichrist is going to solidify his political power by deception, by peace. Now, all at once, after all the conflicts of the world, there's this sudden peace, peace. And so there's going to be those that are going to buy into this. The world is going to buy into this false peace under the Antichrist. And he's going to rule the world, gain control of the world through deception. He's going to come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries, you see. Where does that come from? Well, Daniel 11, in the dispensational mindset. So you have all this conception here of what is expected, but now you have to back off to realize that the church is gone. They've been removed. They were ready, and they went up in the rapture. But the warning is for you that are left behind. You people that missed the rapture because you weren't a Christian. You didn't go up with the church. You missed out. You weren't ready, quote unquote. So you've missed the rapture. Now here's what you have to know. You're in this 7-year tribulation. And there's peace and there's deception. And so the mark of the beast. And so all this stuff is coming out now. It's rushing out at you. This one world government is consuming everything. And now you're going to be a slave of a dictator called the Antichrist. And he's going to enforce his dominion by forcing you to take the mark of the beast in your right hand or in your forehead, right hand. So now you're caught, see, in this trap where you're forced to worship the beast. And the only way out of this is to pay with your life. So you miss the rapture, see. Unfortunate you miss the rapture. Now you're confronted with the mark of the beast in a short-lived era. So this is the belief. This is the gospel, brother Cutler. I know all this stuff. I read the Left Behind series. I know what's going to happen. I read Hal Lindsey. My preacher preached this. I know all about this, brother. Well, yeah, we do. But what we're doing here is re-examining this scenario, this structure of events that we have in our minds, to say to ourselves, is this really biblical? Yes or no? We're dealing with this. We're not evading it or beating around the bush. We're just head-on confronting popular ideas deeply entrenched in the mindset of the masses because it's been taught to the masses. So we got it now. So let's go on with our scenario. So now we have the church removed in the rapture. We have the 7-year time frame that's hard and fast. It's fixed. We're moving through this first 3.5 years of false peace under the Antichrist. And in this period, there's a rebuilt Jewish temple. The Mosque of Omar is somehow destroyed, and Israel has rebuilt a temple. The Antichrist maybe has facilitated. And now this 3.5 years has gone by, and now with this new temple in Jerusalem, and the Jews oohing and awing over the Antichrist as their Messiah, the world enamored with this Antichrist, taking the mark of the beast everywhere. You have the Antichrist entering the temple in Jerusalem, and he performs an act of desecration of the temple. Where does that come from, Brother Cutler? Well, that's in Matthew 24, Daniel, chapters 9 and Daniel chapter 8 and 11. I mean, it's all in prophecy, so they think. So this Antichrist then suddenly, almost unexpectedly, he desecrates the temple, sits in the temple, showing that he is God. Oh, surprise, surprise. This guy that we thought was our Savior has suddenly become our monster. And so the Antichrist is revealed, see, sitting in a rebuilt Jewish temple in the midst of Daniel's 70th week. And this is where this all comes from. It all comes out of Daniel's 70th week, superimposed on the New Testament so that they run to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. The man of lawlessness is revealed, sitting in the temple of God. Well, that's a rebuilt Jewish temple, showing that he is God. In other words, we've been foxed by the Antichrist. He's revealed now, and the world is suddenly thrown into turmoil, see. And the Antichrist is suddenly going to change his direction, and he's going to become revealed to persecute the Jews and to make war on the Jews. So the Jews are going to experience a terrible Holocaust, a second Holocaust, if you will. Now, I'm not defending this theory. This isn't my teaching. I'm just reflecting what the masses believe, because of dispensationalism has taught this theory. And this is how you believe if you're accepting of dispensational teaching, see, the classic scenario. There's all kinds of attempts to twist this scenario every which way. It's all speculation. But if you follow the classic theory, the basic theory that's been given to us, this is the mindset. So now we're in the last half of the 7-year tribulation, you see, and the Jews are being persecuted by the Antichrist. Well, in this time of distress, Jacob's trouble, in the persecutions that come and the turmoil of the world, the Jews are going to finally realize that Jesus was the Messiah. And at the end of the 7-year tribulation, they're going to be in such a straits for survival that they're going to accept Jesus, see. I mean, they didn't accept him all of church history, but now suddenly, because of the circumstances, they're going to accept Jesus. And then Jesus is going to ride from heaven on a white horse to deliver the Jews from the Antichrist. I mean, the Antichrist is about to exterminate all of the Jews and destroy Israel. But here comes Jesus, gallop, 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 riding down with an army from heaven to destroy the Antichrist. Jesus is going to destroy this Antichrist figure